though. I'm excited to do this again because it left off good. Like, it left off on, finally, I was done. I threw out the book. It's gone. The entire me doing the book, my entire verbal autobiography from the shitty book, that is, well, that's all online. Now we're doing, like, the real verbal autobiography. I got questions from ChatGPT that do like, help me answer my entire life story, or what it would be. So I was excited to do it again. Way better than, what's your favorite fucking Z word? Like, oh, damn, there's a lot of fucking opinion splooge. Was the first verbal autobiography. This one's, like, legit. I almost feel like I should recap, but I didn't. I did leave notes of where I left off on my entire life story, though. But let's see. We have daily reflection questions, but they're kind of personal. Maybe I'll only do one of them a day. Let's see. And I'll have to do it about yesterday, because today hasn't even really begun. Let's see. How are you feeling today? I wonder what I did that one. Let's see. One I didn't answer from this yesterday is, before I decided to just move ahead. Something small you accomplished or felt proud of. So I am working on my animation for the Dress to Kill Stay Golden. Oh shit, actually I'll just do that. My Dress to Kill Stay Golden dress is very pretty, and I was able to, it's like, well, I'm going to do White Trash Lotus all weekend, because it's White Trash Lotus weekend, because Dress to Kill Sunday, so it's a lot of sequins, a lot of crochet. That's what I'm doing. I'm channeling, I don't know, the other Amy's character. I can't remember if she was, I think, Chelsea? I'm like hot today. I should almost turn up my fan. It's already 70 degrees. But I feel proud that I feel proud that I have my next few Dress to Kill outfits planned. Although that doesn't mean anything, because of, like, issues I have with body and self. Sometimes what I have planned, I won't end up, like, wanting to wear the day of. But for sure, I can't go wrong with what I have for White Trash Lotus. I'm gonna turn this fan up. It takes a sperm to pull it up. Like you can't see it, but I have, like, a sperm dangling from there. I could get, it's like, they come from a plushie, so, like, I could get ovaries too, but I don't want my fan to get fucking pregnant. I can't take a little fan. Nah, maybe that would be dope. Just like a little window fan. Fans now would get too literal, and that's, like, one of my issues. I'm like, let me get way into all the words that fan can mean. No, we don't have time for that. No, we have all the time in the world. Living forever until I die. Which I really think I'm going to do a lot of living forever until. I got my bangs cut recently, but I didn't. I should have done them more, like, down at the front, more Sabrina Carpenter-y. I mean, the bangs cut it, not the cut of the bangs, but how I styled them. Alright. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to not want to come back and rewatch this myself. Let me get into telling my life story, which I do want to hear myself say. But for the sake of anything, although I don't know how many people, I mean, usually I think on live it's like 0 people, and then on Resurrected YouTube, I don't know, it's 7. Well, for those 7, if you're in the Sacramento area, God bless. Like, lucky. It's always rainbow in Sacramento. Sun shines an awful lot in the city of Sacramento, the capital of California. Oh, I'm so, like, sweaty for makeup. Gross. Why am I so... What am I feeling? Fucking sweaty. Yeah. And then we have on August 10th, Unforgettable, and that's the thing that I feel proud of accomplishing, is that the dress for my August one is, like, not just a dress, but jewelry. It's it's like I'm not going to say a bejeweled dress, but it's very goddessy. I like it. It's hot. It's gold. It reminds me of the sun. But I was able to, because it has chains and shit, like chains, like jewelry chains that was, like, attached to the dress. I adjusted them so the dress actually fits me better, and that was dope. Because it just turns out that I don't have a great body type or anything good. Other than living in it. Of which is good. Not comfortable or easy, but good. Okay. And then, on September 11th, Unforgettable. And my dress for that will be Unforgettable. Okay. Channeling rainbows for that one. Well, so I'm going to do like Rainbow Lord of the Rings because it's, as a kid growing up, and I have a special 5 minutes that I won. Well, there's a lot of winners, but there's always a lot of winners in Reno. That's why Reno's a dope place to go. I won a 9/11 joke telling contest in Reno. Well, I was one of winners, but I did a specific 5 minutes just for 9/11. I don't think I have anything else that I have just 5 minutes on except for 9/11. Never forget. Every year we'll do the 5 minutes. I gotta practice it again. This will be like my 4th 9/11, I think. And I have a dress to kill, so very special. I think they gave me the date on purpose. They're like, we have nothing else we can do this day, but Amy's our best chance for this. I got that special 5 minutes, and I'm not spoiling it, but I will say that I have a whole conspiracy theory thing. And it's just awful funny to me that the two towers and the Twin Towers were just like a year apart from each other. So my dress for Unforgettable is going to be like elf rainbow theme. But not Christmas elf, not like elf get off on the shelf. This year for Christmas, I don't even know what I'll do. I don't have a dress to kill date yet. But if I do, I will. I'm mulling around some ideas. Might as well get hopeful. I'm thinking I'm going to do... Like, I was a Christmas angel last year, and then I was a snow globe the year before. Is like what I would name my outfits. I think this year, when I get a dress, this year for Dress to Kill, because I am going to get a Dress to Kill December date. I'm going to be, like, I'm going to do Christmas Star. Christmas Star. Either that or Baby Jesus. Nah, but I will have a lot of flat butt Baby Jesuses if anyone needs one. They have flat butts, so you can adhere them to things. And they're also white Baby Jesuses. Otherwise, they'd have like plump butts. That means I'm late. I should. Well, almost. It's in the thing where I have to act like I'm going late. Oh, which sucks because I'm doing all of verbal autobiography, which I'm so excited to get to do. I'm gonna put on my hair. All right, which is also take a time. You should do this on the work side, but I'm so uncomfortable right now. I just want to put it up. I'll redo it later. Okay. So it was, the question was, what's the story of how you got into comedy? And, man, I'm sorry if, like, there is anyone that just actually watches these, because I'm about to recap what you probably just watched, which is that, like, it's super funny to me to ask that question, although verbal autobiography, perfect answer, because almost everyone's, like, answer is kind of fucked up. It's like, comedy was made to balance tragedy, so it really does attract some very tragic people who are looking to fill in like osmosis around those tragic things they've experienced, add some light into them. So it's usually when you ask a comic that, what got you into comedy, like, you can see sometimes on their face, like, they might write, oh, my brother told me I was funny, but it's like, and my brother's death. Like, or a divorce, that's a big one. Suicide, that one's kind of like mine. Although when I started to do verbal autobiography yesterday, and I traced back, I said, where did it really change? And that was, my first personal miracle that let me know that there was something out there. Like, I went to Christian school, and then I was like raised Catholic. So it's like, I know God, like, or I knew God, but like, no offense, but like, I think even homie would say that some Christians are not great representatives of what that whole was. It wasn't even supposed to be a religion. It was like he was trying to tear down a religion, and then he became a religion. It's not homie's fault. It's us. We scared, but it's okay. It's just easier for rules. So like that chaos of like, it could be, there's no hard rules of thumb. It's fucking crazy. I get it. And I'm super ruly, I'm super into rules, and like, let's just make things easy. I just need an algorithm. Let me just plug things in so I know how to win. And I was teaching, and I had been teaching it was my last year of teaching. That's were the first kind of steps. I was in teaching. I was teaching second grade at a charter school, and I was trying my best. I had been in education or trying to pursue an educational career for like 10 years. It was like basically right at 18. I was thinking that, not that I wanted to, but that is just the route I would go in life. And after spending money, I like grants on college, and working and having even like years that made me feel a little bit successful as a teacher, I was just drowning in my third year. It was second grade. The kids were dope. Their parents were dope. My memory could be, I know, it was a hard situation with the charter school. This is all pre-COVID. I think everything's probably magical and perfect now, but like at this time, it wasn't. But I was trying my fucking best. And I will say that what they were asking of teachers was impossible. Like, one of the things we had to do was go from meetings back and forth across town during the most busiest points of the day, and then get in trouble for being late. So I have to go from one meeting where I hop on the freeway, and it's like, and they all know that we're doing these meetings. They're just like, well, I mean, aren't you supposed to be like a magical fucking godmother, fix the whole fucking world? You want to be a teacher, right? Like, can't you do everything? And this is one of the small things they would even ask. Like, actually, it wasn't even so bad to drive. The thing that was stressing me out was that I was already running late to the second meeting, and the second meeting had homework, and I had already graduated college. But after you graduate college for teachers, they make you go do it all again in a thing called BITSA. It's how they get more money. And so that's what this homework was related, not to BITSA, actually. The charter school also would then assign homework, because charter schools are allowed to assign homework to teachers. So I had not done the charter school homework, and I was like just talking about it. I was freaking out. I was stuck in traffic, running late. I had not completely finished the assignment. I mean, I was really just going to be copying and pasting some of my own old shit, but I was trying my best and just struggling, like throwing up in the morning in the shower from anxiety, just struggling. And I just started to break down in the car. I started to have like a flat out panic attack while driving, and like shaking. And so I just started to yell. And in my yelling, I think the way like something almost in us does, I was like, God, please help me. Like, something, please fucking help me. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And I end up, get to the destination for the second meeting, the one that I have not done the fucking assignment for, or I haven't totally finished it, but I had so many other assignments. I'm teaching. I'm not in college. I am already a teacher, third year. It's just, this is how ridiculous this shit is. So, like, I'm like shaking. It pissed me off that much. The nicest people, too, they have to do this. When I pull into the parking lot of the school where my next meeting is at, which is actually the school I'm working at, I was coming from another school where the other meeting was. I open my phone. I park the car. I'm getting out of the car, and I open my phone, like, as I'm getting out of the car, like, no time to waste. And the first thing I see is the thing that pops up that says that meeting's going to be canceled. And it was after, like, and I just knew. It was just like, I had always kind of said the thing, because I used to be like a hardcore atheist in college, that if God ever wanted me, God would have to do something like come in and spit on my shoe. The thing is, I thought it would be like something that like everyone would see. I didn't think it would just be something I knew when it happened. But I definitely knew. That was it. Not that like it was perfect after that. Nah, I was just like, I continued to teach for a few more miserable months. It did not get better. I started to kind of, I guess, pray, or more so plead. And I would be like pissed off if I didn't get what I wanted. I would be confused all the time still, but I knew there was this thing that if I pled to it, like, it liked me enough to want to help me out. But it wanted me to leave teaching. And that was what kind of sucked, because I kind of wanted teaching to work out for me because I had put so much in it, and that's not what it wanted for me. So I left teaching, and we are getting, that's where I left off last time. That was a real recap. Left off. First, desperate, direct, obvious miracle. God spit on my shoe. Yeah, that's where I left off. So I leave off again where I leave off. Oh my gosh. So sorry, Resurrected YouTube. I'm going to do eyeshadow, come back and finish it. Really? Okay. I'm really enjoying telling this story, so I'm going to finish it. But I probably won't. Oh man, I would say I would have jumped the gun, but do whatever you want. Yeah. All right, so that's kind of, yeah, and the reason it's not like, oh, I really in my heart wanted to be a teacher, and like I was being led away from it. It was like, no, I would have been lying to myself the entire time. I never really wanted to be. But the thing is, I didn't know what else. I didn't know really where to go from there. But my cousins like worked for some cousins that worked for the state, and so I was just like, all right, that's like what that's like, you know, there's options. So I left teaching, and it was November, and then like in December, my boyfriend at the time proposed to me, so that was kind of like, whoa, or something to deal with or think about, because I did say yes, but I was like going through a lot. And then I started to, so that December he proposed, and I started to apply for jobs in January and got hired in February with the state, which was dope because it like, unlike teaching, I was able to like do stuff outside, or I've been able to do stuff outside of it. Like I don't have to take the work home like with teaching, where my life like almost had to be just to be able to do all the stuff that I wanted to put into teaching. Yeah, so I then work so I'm at this, I do the state for a year, and that whole year is like, how do I get out of my engagement? That's like taking up a lot of my thought. I'm like getting new at this, figuring out the state job, and like, which didn't take too much to figure out, but still though, anxiety, dealing with anxiety, I fucking COVID hit, and then so COVID started February that I started that job. Like it was like, so that got really intense. There was you know, weird stuff there. My best friend's husband was incarcerated. It ended up like, so in that time, so like I kind of got to reconnect and spend more time with her, kind of trying to be like a support, well, because he's also my friend, but he ended up, yeah, totally good now, and he was totally good then, but you know how life goes. COVID really helped in that case. But yeah, COVID did really help, because if COVID hadn't happened, I probably would have been like planning that wedding. I probably would have just gone through the, COVID made me stop and think, even though I had to work during COVID, I was like the only one. Did make me realize stuff. So by December, I disengaged myself. And then I asked myself, as that year started after December, which would have been, I guess, 2021, like, what do I want to do? Like, what do I want to do? Like, I hadn't asked myself that in so long. I'd just been accomplishing tasks that other people had given me. Not that it was their fault, but like moms, other relationships. It was really what other people were telling me. So I was like, what was like the last thing I wanted to do? And it was drugs. So I did a lot of those. So yeah, so like, and die. I also wanted to die. Knew God, still wanted to die. So that's kind of what I did. I started to acquire drugs for doing and for a plan. Although I really wanted, you know, like, yeah, so it was suicide. Do I get into detail? Well, Instagram will just have to block me again, I guess. But my plan was more so I was going to hang myself. I wanted to do, funny, I didn't know about, like, I was going to be a comic, but I wanted to kind of do the Robin Williams thing just because I thought that was a sad ending for a person. And also the way he did it, you knew he wanted to, because it took, like, some of his own effort. So yeah, I began the plannings of that, and actually the plannings of that took, it took a while. Maybe, yeah, not too long. About half a year. And then I had the perfect opportunity, and I failed. I had tried to do it, and I knew that I, like, sober would save myself. Like, I just, as close as I could get to, like, it just you can't, very hard. It's very hard. It's very hard to kill yourself. You have to really want to, even like up at the end. And I knew then I would have to get fucked up to do it. I couldn't like hang myself sober. So like I was like, all right, well then, almost like a second proof is like I'll just take all this shit that I have, all this random shit. Some of the stuff I had, I didn't even know what it was. They're like, it's gonna take all this shit too, and alcohol. And it still did not work. I peed myself, but I didn't die. And I woke up pissed. Like, I was like, damn it. That was there goes my, it's going to take a while to get like a plan again, not to mention all the drugs now that I don't have from doing them during that. So I was like, well, fuck it. Like, I had a whole kind of thing with God. I think I've said this before, like putting the misery, like the cat thing. So I was like, well, I'll just like live wild, like live fast. And living fast led to a few more months, so that was like, we're like a half a year, and now we're half into the next year, and someone tried to kill me, and that made me realize that I actually did want to live. Oh shit. I was so dope. I'm so dope. I'm so cool. What a waste. And then, so me realizing I did want to live off someone trying to kill me is what will eventually get to me doing comedy. I'll write that down. All right. You guys, existing. It's good because you are. And it's better because you're here. Other than that, though, we know it's not comfortable or easy, so good luck.